Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up-to-date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set 'em on fire while we light it.
Welcome to No Brains, No Headache podcast, episode, what is this, 309?
Yep.
Is that correct? Episode 309, No Brains, No Headache. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Jordan Weichel. Next to me, if you're watching on YouTube, is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian, one of the funniest guys I know. It's the one, the only, the very talented Ongo, also known as Matt Cleary. Ongo, how are we doing today?
Honestly, had a very good Monday. Like over the top, like wasn't hungover. Played golf yesterday. That was okay. Had like a very chill weekend. Like didn't do anything over the top dumb. Um, but then I like get home and it all unravels. Like I go to the grocery store. I'll get back to that. I get walk downstairs. My cat had successfully had diarrhea across 75% of my basement. So I'll clean that up. But I was at the grocery store and I want to ask you about what what are like the unwritten rules of the self checkout? Because I think like the 20 items or less, like that's not an actual rule. But these people that were in one of the two self checkout lanes that was open had, I'm not downplaying this, 80 items.
Well, and here's what I'll say, because the grocery store I go to, they refuse to have normal checkout, I guess you could say. Manual checkout. Is how would you describe the normal
So
checkout?
yeah, just a
Like
cashier.
a human, yeah, cashier.
They
They
just have a
refuse to do it.
they just have
They'll
a
be like
15-year-old.
Yeah, there'll be like four of them standing around, and then just a line just wrapping around the corner. And so and in that case, if you have a shitload of groceries, that you don't really have an option to do really anything else. So my unwritten rule of self checkout is like, I don't want. I'm actually anti self checkout. I don't know if you knew that about me, Matt, but I prefer, give me the person. And the grocery store the store I go to, I feel like it's a scam, because it's one of those like, oh, if you're a member, then you get a certain price, and then I do these like little digital coupon things, and they don't calculate that until it's like everything's done and it's like ready to pay. So if you have a lot of groceries and like you're trying to get a discount on all these, you can't even see the discount on some of them to like make sure you get them. So that's why I prefer a human being, because most of the time you'd be like, hey, I think that was on discount, and they'll like help you out with it, because their scanning system, it doesn't work. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think there needs to be like an IQ test, or like you should have to have like a wristband in order to use the self checkout, because there was a guy trying to use like what was clearly like a gift card to like an Outback Steakhouse to pay for his groceries, and he just kept sliding it and it wouldn't work. And then the people that had 800 items were so fat. There should be a weight limit for the self checkout, because the
well,
guy, they were both so big that they were trying to switch places, and they both had to walk around all of the self checkouts, like they couldn't get by their cart.
maybe that's why they did self checkout, because the normal cashier checkout, they're kind of thin lanes. There's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of space to work with there.
And they were buying a bunch of like Powerade and shit, and I was like, you guys don't need Powerade. It's not like you're recovering from anything other than your biggest workout is probably just shoveling food into your mouth.
The
You're
biggest
both pushing
workout
four
is,
bills.
yeah, it's carrying the groceries inside.
Yeah,
That's
it's their workout is like, I gotta get my steps in. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and it's like, I one time said that mowing my lawn was a workout, and I've never felt more fat in my entire life.
Well, and the other thing about self checkout is if you're buying booze, because in Arizona we can buy booze at grocery
Yeah, it's
stores.
not locked behind a freaking door like it is in North Dakota.
Yeah, so I appreciate when they're prompt. When my little light goes off, you can't really move forward until they check your ID. Um, I may be aging myself here, but they no longer check my ID. They just come up and slide their little card. And it's like, did you want it? Okay, you don't want to see it. That's fine.
Yeah. I haven't really gotten ID'd in a while too. I feel like most of the time when I'm buying booze, I just look disheveled anyways. So it's just like this guy has enough wrong in his life that we're just gonna let him buy the booze.
Or they'll be like, "What year were you born?" And you're like, "1990." And they're like, "Yeah, that's all I needed to hear." And once you start with the 19, we know that you're of age.
Or if they ever do, they look at your ID and they're like, "Oh Jesus, 94." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
It turns out people, people were born in the 90s. It's shocking. I know.
Yeah.
Imagine being born in the 80s. LSD, baby.
That existed in the 90s too. Like, it wasn't that exists today too. Like, that's not exclusively like you could have said like Quaaludes because those are like essentially extinct now. But
Quaalude, baby. I would love to get my hands on some Quaaludes. That'd
I
be
love how
awesome.
you're just like, yeah, the 80s marijuana.
When we know for a fact that the marijuana now is just way stronger.
Oh yeah. What else do you got? Oh yeah, Jordan went to the dentist.
Yeah, I went to the dentist. 6, thank you. First time in 6 years. Here's a PSA to all the loyal listeners out there. You know what? Just don't wait very long because it's just not worth it, and it's actually probably, hopefully, going to be a lot better than what you think. 0 cavities, 6 years. I was shocked.
Yeah,
I had a smile on my face the rest of the day until I went to work later that day, and then I wanted to,
yeah, immediately back to killing myself.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, wow, I'm having a great day. Clock in, never mind.
Yeah, the threshold of walking into work is like your demeanor of wanting to still be breathing just immediately falls off a cliff.
Well, and then I wore a Cubs shirt there, and classic, the dentist dude, he was actually a pretty cool guy, but it like I get this a lot since I moved down to Arizona. It's, oh, you Cubs fan? You from Chicago? I'm like, no, I'm actually from North Dakota. I love the question of, well, how'd you become a Cubs fan? It's like, well, I could have been born in Pittsburgh and be a Los Angeles Rams fan if I want. It's called a free fucking country last time I checked, so... How'd you become an asshole? How about that?
Oh, how'd you become a no-ball pussy loser? As he's cleaning your teeth, and you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, and I think I've made this point before, but yeah, I think in my little pre-questionnaire thing, they said, what don't you like about the dentist? And in there, I said, don't ask me questions when you have 4 things in my mouth, which sounds, very sexual, but this dude was talking my ear off the whole time, but he made it mostly like about being from the Midwest, because I think he was from Iowa, and sports. And he was actually courteous enough to, like, he'd be working on my teeth and ask me a question, and then he would, once again, very sexual, then he would pull out. Yep. and give me a chance to speak. And I was like, hey, I really appreciate that.
And then he would go back in with both hands.
Yeah. But yeah, 0 cavities, 6 years. So is the dentist a scam? Is it overrated? Perhaps. I mean, there's just a chance that it is, but they're like, when would you like to schedule your 6-month follow-up? And I was like, why don't we make it 6 years? If you guys could just call me back in 6 years. That would
also,
be great.
That's the dumbest question of all time. When would you like to schedule your 6-month cleaning? I don't know. 6 months from now.
That's exactly what I was like, well, when is it? And then she gave me a couple dates. I was like, well, yeah, well, you know what? Just put me down and I'll try to remember.
My dentist every time, like I put it in my phone as like a calendar thing. So and they usually call me a day before because I forget anyways. But they're like, do you want me to write it down for you? And I was like, oh, cool. So I can put it in my pocket and then immediately throw it away when I leave here. Yeah, definitely write it down for me.
How long did it take? Imprint it on your teeth.
Yeah.
35 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. Mine was like 45 when I went back for the first time after 6 years. And like they were making like grunting noises for like what they were having to do to my teeth, and they're like, "Man, a lot of buildup in here," and I'm like, and then I was like, "Was it that bad?" And they're like, "Well, no," and I was like, "Oh," she's like, "I've had worse, but not much worse," and I was like, "Okay, that makes me feel horrible."
You're like the 95th percentile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that there were like different levels of cleaning because they knew my dental history and whatever, and they're like, okay, we'll assess, and if you need like the more sophisticated cleaning, so to speak, they're like, we're gonna have to like schedule that in advance. And I was like, oh my heavens. Thankfully, I also qualified for like the normal cleaning, and yeah, I thought it was gonna take a lot longer. um no, it was as if I went to the dentist every 6 months for the last 6 years and just have perfect dental health. That's what it felt like. And when I say 35 minutes, I sat in the waiting room for 5 minutes. So we'll call it a quick 30. Plus, we were talking about Myles Garrett and the Rams and who the next Super Bowl favorites are and how the Cubs are doing. So like we really probably could have whittled it down to about 20-25 minutes, but
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like
no free
dentists, like,
toothbrush though. I was like, what the fuck am I paying
what?
for here? Yeah, no
I'll
toothpaste, no toothbrush, no floss. I was like, okay, I'm not
I'll
coming
say
back to this.
no, and then I'll be like, you know what? I guess I'll take it. And it's still both of them from my last two cleanings are sitting on a shelf in my bathroom, still in the baggie that they give you in.
Yeah, I should probably switch out your toothbrush every once in a while.
Well, I have an electric one at home, so I only use those at when I go on vacation and then come back sick for 2 weeks. So it's great.
Terrific. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm going on vacation again in a month. I'm going to Denver for like 2 days, so I'm just assuming I'm gonna die.
yeah, you're just planning ahead. Just start taking antibiotics ahead of time.
Yeah. I just come back from Denver with a disease that's been extinct for like hundreds of years. It's like, how'd you
Matt,
come back with polio? And you're like,
I
I
was
don't know.
literally gonna say polio. I was like, how did Matt get polio? He went to Denver for a weekend.
Yeah, we haven't seen this since we were doing the autopsy on King Tut.
But I went to the dentist. I'm pretty much the epitome of dental health. So if anybody needs any dental health tips, I'm your guy.
We've talked about this before, but MySpace might be making a comeback.
I saw that. What's going on there?
The owners of like the IP of it have they posted some sort of cryptic message that it may be coming back, and I'm gonna say that I might be the first one to sign up for it.
So the owners of the MySpace IP, is that like similar to the owner of like an 86 Corvette that's just been sitting in their garage collecting dust? They're just like, it's there. If we want to take it out, we can, but just got to throw some new gas in there. Like what happens when you own an IP that's just not active? Are you finding out new information on the fly? Do we have any breaking news here?
No, yes, MySpace is planning a comeback. Owners Chris and Tim Vanderhook confirmed their intentions to relaunch the once dominant platform.
However, isn't that the Facebook guys? Did they just buy MySpace because they were pissed off or what?
I don't know who Chris and Tom or Tim Vander. I thought his name was Tom.
No, MySpace Tom sold it.
Yeah.
Like that honestly one of the best financial decisions of modern age. Let's just sell MySpace. Like what's it valued at right now?
It can't be much.
All right, I'm looking up the Facebook guys too.
Those are Cameron and
Winklevoss.
Yeah, have you ever seen?
What did you say, Vanderhook?
Yeah,
I have seen their band.
They're all so bad. I'm pretty sure they pay people to come to their concert.
I was about to say a bar in Mandan, North Dakota wouldn't even hire them. It's not great.
Wow. Yeah, it's brutal. But yeah, MySpace is making a comeback. I'm signing up. I'm also preparing for what I'm going to do. Definitely going to put my top friends up there so I can create some sort of controversy within my friend group.
Hold on. According to just a very brief Google search, the estimated worth of MySpace is between $200 and $400 million. Oh
yeah.
The estimated value of No Brains No Headache is anywhere from $500 to $700 million. Where's
I
the
thought you were gonna.
value?
What'd you say it was?
200 to
200.
400 million, somewhere in there.
I thought you were gonna say the estimated net worth of No Brains No Headache was $200 to $400
Uh,
total.
that honestly, I hate to say it, but that's probably
Yeah, it's
accurate.
like we're not doing
I would say like, maybe like 4 grand. And it would be a garage sale value where it's just like, okay, Matt and Jordan are just selling all their equipment and then all of the decorations behind Matt. Jordan selling his chair. Apparently, it's driven by the lingering brand equity, domain name value, which I think is probably the most valuable thing, and legacy music licenses. What the hell does that mean? Oh, it's owned by a private entity? I guess that makes sense. In 2005, it was acquired by News Corp for 580 million. So is that what Tom sold it? That sounds about right with the timeline.
Yeah, so I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna have top friends that you can see. I think my background, I'm gonna throw it back to some sort of skateboarding brand that I used to be affiliated with, like Baker Skateboards or
Etnies.
that'd be DC, famous
Yeah.
Stars and Stripes.
What was the one with like the little flame guy?
Thrasher.
No, I don't. Was it like Spitfire or something like that?
Spitfire, and then there was like Reds and Plan B.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it. If and when they do bring it back, they do have to ride the whole nostalgic theme. Like if it's just gonna be, Twitter/X or like Facebook knockoff, I don't see much success there. Like it needs to have, like the backgrounds, the top friends, have some music playing. Do you remember?
I'm gonna have the greatest because then when they click on your profile, the song starts playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I'm gonna go with is I think I gotta go with the Smash Mouth "Somebody Once Told Me."
I think I would go with like Wild Side by Motley Crue because I've been on my Motley Crue kick for like 2 years now.
Yeah, I want it to be so everything is gonna be back from me in 5th grade. Like,
are you gonna put like when you had a crush on a chick that you've never talked to in person?
Put her in my top friends. Yeah, she's like number 3.
Yeah, you're trying to
my family members.
You're trying to plow when you have a chick you've never met as your top friend. It's just like, well, it's out there. I'm just trying to manifest the idea.
Dude, nothing was worse in the MySpace days when you'd have someone on your top friends, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go check their profile. You click over, you're nowhere on their top friends, and you're like,
they got a lot of work cut out for me.
Yeah.
I remember I had a girl as my top friend, same situation, like had a crush on her, but never really talked to her. And then she messaged me and I was like, oh boy, here we go. And she's like, I don't know who this person is, but that's not how you spell my name. And I was like, fuck.
Or you could put like in your description, you could put like, people would always put like who their heroes are. And like one time I had some dude in my heroes that I had literally met one time. And I was like, he's my best friend.
Well, I mean, that's what a hero is. I don't think you need to be, best buds with your hero. Anybody can be I can be a Cubs fan. I'm from North Dakota. Like, how does that make sense?
Yeah. I just think MySpace is going to be the single greatest comeback of. I might delete every other social media I have and just be like, I'm a MySpace guy now.
Do you think
just
No
get rid of
Brains
my phone number and be like, post on my wall if you want to get a hold of me?
will we like be able to have a No Brains No Headache MySpace? Maybe that's where we find fame.
I mean, we could.
I think that could be the move right there. I don't know. MySpace is coming back. I hope it's worthwhile. Yeah. I just hope they don't cave to like modern trends and stuff. It's like what makes MySpace is that like nostalgic old feeling, and like that's what makes it different.
Yeah.
Because like you can see facets of it on other social medias, like on Instagram, you can have a song on your profile, which I do. But it doesn't play automatically. We need it to play automatically.
Yeah.
Like you're in church, you're scrolling MySpace, and Motley Crue starts playing.
Yeah, and then like a girl does something that slightly pisses you off, and the next thing you know, my song on my page is either going to be something by James Blunt or something by FM Stan.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options there, a lot of passive aggressive emotions. And, there's just gonna be a lot of like cynical, cryptic messages that you can get the point across just by you don't even have to say anything. It's just, hey, where are the top friends at? Where do they lie?
Yeah, that's all we got for a quick 20 minutes of housekeeping. So
let's get it on.
Okay. Let's party.
I've been listening to the 30 for 30 podcast about Shohei Ohtani gambling, and I'm convinced this is the biggest conspiracy theory in sports history.
So what, run me through it. I know, that whole thing happened. What's going on with the Shohei Ohtani gambling?
So Ohtani's interpreter.
Oh yeah, it was that guy.
I just kept putting interpreter because his name, I'm going to say it and it's going to sound racist the way I say it because I pronounce it so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Pia Musahara.
That didn't sound too racist, actually. That just sounded like you were illiterate.
Yeah, it just sounded like you can't read. But basically, the interpreter was just stealing money from Shohei to pay off gambling debts, but it doesn't sound. It sounds like they didn't really catch anyone until they were like, "Oh, like there's been an account that's linked to Ohtani paying off this known bookmaker." And then they're like, we got to find a scapegoat for it because we can't have Ohtani get in trouble and be banned for life because that is billions of dollars a year that they're making on merch, games, everything. Like the league wins when Ohtani's there. Granted, I hate the dude and the Dodgers, but
yeah, it's like Shohei Ohtani gambling and American health insurance. They're one and the same.
Like I was listening to Ian Happ talk, and they're like, he is such a prominent figure in Japan that when they played the Japan series over there, they're like, yeah, it was probably like 90% Dodger fans. And he's like, well, what percent of the fans do you think are actually Dodgers fans and what fans are just Ohtani fans? And he's like, 100%. Like none of them like the Dodgers. They just like Ohtani.
Yeah, they're all Tokyo Giants fans.
Yeah. I think it was the Nippon Ham Fighters was actually his team, but
like you think that like minor league teams have great names. Go check out the Japanese and leagues or like Chinese basketball leagues. Like those are great.
Yeah, quick
The Ham Fighters.
Oh yeah.
What is it just two guys with rum hams just beating the brakes off of each other? Just a ham slap to the face.
Could be sexual too.
Yeah, just ham juice flying everywhere.
I mean,
kind of hungry for ham now.
One of them is they're the carp. Objectively, the worst tasting fish on the planet.
That's just a terrible fish.
Yeah. The Giants, the Tigers, the Dragons, the Bay Stars, the Tokyo Swallows. So I'm that's either very sexual or named after a very shitty bird.
Just a bird that's a nuisance.
I do love that like a team was just bought and they sold their naming rights. So it's like Fukuhaka, the name of the town, and then a bank's name, and then the Hawks. Imagine if you were like, yeah, we're the Chicago Bank of America Cubs.
Honestly, we're probably not too far from that.
Yeah, the Ham Fighters.
I mean, just early on, I'm a ham fighter fan.
Yeah, that's you almost gotta be.
That's where my allegiance lies. The turkey sandwiches.
Yeah, Turkey Club. My God.
The Tokyo chicken bacon ranch wraps.
Yeah. God, I gotta get out of here. I gotta catch the barbecue chicken bacon pizza ranch teams. But back to Shohei Ohtani.
Sorry, I got off track there.
So Shohei Ohtani, they find out that his direct account's been paying a bookmaker, and they're like, we can't have this. So they're like, hey, we know this idiot that's their interpreter, who the only reason he has his job is because he can fluently speak 2 languages, but other than that, very dumb. And Shohei's interpreter kind of reminds me of Brendan Dassey from Making a Murderer. Who was
Okay,
like his
yeah.
nephew. That they're like, did you kill her? And he's like, no. And they're like, why did you kill her? And he's like, I don't know. And then he was just like, he was just so dumb that he just accidentally admitted to killing someone. So he, in his mind, if he admitted to killing her, he could go watch WrestleMania. That's essentially what Shohei's interpreter is doing here.
He's like, I'll just admit to this goddamn murder. I don't want to miss WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, that's what happened in Making a Murder. And then at the end of it, he's like, good job, Brandon. You did a good job. Then he's like, can I still watch SummerSlam tonight? And they're like, no, not a chance.
You are going to jail.
Yeah. You're also going to gain about 600 pounds in jail.
Which is shocking. I don't know how that works.
But I guarantee this guy, they just paid him a ton of money. They're like, you're going to go to jail for 5 years. Because he got 57 months in prison with good behavior. That's 3 or 4 years in prison, probably like a very mid-level security prison if you're going in for like fraud and illegal gambling.
In an American prison, to be clear.
I feel like a Japan prison would just be like equivalent to like a junior college in America.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about the Japanese penal system, but you go to other countries, and it depends on what country it is. They're either like fantastic or it's literally Alcatraz.
Yeah. But so I'm sure they paid this guy a bunch of money, but like, there's no way that a bookmaker of this size that would let a minor player run up a tab of $4.5 million.
A minor player as in a gambler.
Yeah, like, and he knows that this guy doesn't have money. So if you know a guy doesn't have money, you're not going to be like, hey, I'll float you hundreds of thousands of dollars. You like, I might give you $5,000. And then the only way you get up to that is if you show a track record of paying it back, which this guy wouldn't have had because they only found this one.
It's like rent history, but for gambling.
And it's clearly Ohtani. And then this is me jumping way too much to conclusions, but his mom was a professional badminton player, so he's into obscure sports. And all that was being bet on, the most normal sport that was bet on was soccer.
I was about to say
no one bets on soccer.
There's probably a lot of ping pong bets being placed. I was playing poker with a guy one time, and all of a sudden he reacted. I was like, what's going on? He's like, I just want to bet on ping pong. And it was like 1 a.m. It's just like, are we just betting on ping pong across the seas because they're playing it right now?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done that. I was big for a while there. I was very into the Russian basketball league.
I mean, you get some of these like random times throughout the year where American sports are just a little slow. And I mean, you just got to go to the foreign leagues, you know, because it's around the clock. They're playing different times of the year. It just works out.
I'm looking them up. I'm like, Zenit St. Petersburg's basketball team is no match for Dynamo Moscow. Like, it is clear across the board.
The Moscow Turkey Club sandwiches have nothing.
So I think Ohtani 100% guilty. The only reason they haven't done it is just because they would lose so much money, and it would be bad for baseball.
Yeah, I mean that adds up. Like I said, American healthcare system, Shohei Ohtani gambling. They're one and the same. You don't want to take away that revenue. Otherwise, somebody's going to sink and nobody wants to sink. So that's just how it goes. Yeah. Is that on Watch ESPN? Is that the 30 for 30 or is that the podcast?
It's a podcast. So you can get it on like, much like this podcast, you can get on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's great. You can listen to that and then listen to this first.
Somebody sent me a thing of like the top podcasters of the year, and it was like Alex Cooper and then like the Kelsey brothers. And they're like, why aren't you and Matt on here? And I was like, well, me and Matt are retarded. So
I don't know if you know this, but we spend a solid hour and a half a week on this podcast.
Yeah. No more, no less. That's
Yes.
all. That's all you can do. But hey, I'm 8 days off the sauce, so the cleanse is going well. Like you said, you had a great Monday. I also had a great Monday. It
Look
is.
at us.
It's just so shocking when you don't just devour poison into your system all weekend of how great you can feel on the Monday after a weekend of not hitting the bottle. So
Look at us. Did your cat also have diarrhea all over your basement?
I don't have a cat, but there was diarrhea. And I'm doing an investigation similar to Shohei Ohtani's gambling on who it was.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
But now that I'm on the cleanse, I've started my usual thing when I do a cleanse of saying back in my drinking days. Yeah, I used that in a context the other day, and somebody said something. I was like, well, back in my drinking days, I probably would have done that. And they're like, that was 7 days ago. And I was like, well, back in my drinking days, I probably would have done that. I mean,
time is irrelevant. 1 day or 40 years.
I was strongly considering I probably won't pull the trigger on this one, but I was seriously considering like, and I don't want to do it because it's like poking fun at people who are like actually in recovery and like sober and stuff. So I don't want to discredit all of their hard work and everything that goes into it. But I was really tempted to do like a 10-day sober thing on Facebook and then take like a shitty old picture of me from like 2 weeks ago and then a picture of me now just glowing. I thought that would get a real kick, but once again, I don't really want to like make fun of the.
Take a poker chip and write like 10 on it and be like, my sponsor gave me this. Who's your sponsor? Well, me, but
dude, I offered to be somebody's sponsor the other day.
Jordan, it's been 8 days. You're just.
I know, I couldn't help myself because like
catch me if you can. If he's like, yeah, this guy got too deep and I was impersonating a doctor. Jordan's leading a health recovery center and it's been 4 days.
Yeah, I'm actually in the works of opening up a halfway house right now. So, no, well, I told a buddy like because they want to go out and do stuff, and I'm like, I'm not opposed, but I'm off the sauce for now. And then I had a meeting with somebody, and they told that person they're like, take it easy on him, he might be on edge, and they're like, why? And they're like, he quit drinking. They made it seem as if like, oh, I just like put down the drinks forever, which is not the case. So the Cubs are coming to town in 3 weeks from today. I'm gonna have a beer, okay? Sue me. But yeah, and then they like mentioned it to me, and they're like, well, let me know how the rest of your day goes. And I was like, yeah, well, if you need a sponsor, like I'd be happy to help you out.
Have fun banging jewels. I will.
But the cleanse is going good. 1 week down, 3 to go. So, well, I'll give you an update next week. That's all I got on the cleanse so far.
I can't wait for it. So, like I said, I've been experimenting quite a bit with March Madness style brackets, and I created one that I liked so much that I wanted to talk about it, and it is a 64 team bracket of the best condiments in the United States or
now,
the world, sorry.
The fact that there is 64 condiments is, I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of making sense.
Yeah.
Really, just like every sauce that B-Dubs has to offer is probably on here, I would imagine.
100%. But it's broken down into region. You have your burger region, you have your deli region, the Southwest region,
which could just be a normal region with a normal bracket. They fucked up the bracket again. Did you see that?
Yes, 100%. And then the game day region, which I will say far and away I think is the deepest bracket, but just going through the one seeds in the seeds in the burger region is ketchup and mustard are the 1-2. But then you got like barbecue sauce, buffalo sauce, steak sauce, ranch, honey mustard. Give me your sweet 16 coming out of the burger region.
So what is that? 4 from the burger region. I don't know if these are gonna line up, but we'll do. What the fuck is banana ketchup? Excuse my language, by the way.
It's ketchup made from like banana skins. It's terrible.
Okay,
I'll give
so
you
they're gonna lose
props.
by 40 points in the first
Yeah,
round to
banana
ketchup.
ketchup's getting absolutely like they're never gonna sniff having the lead. I think it's a
Wow.
ketchup and ranch Sweet 16 matchup there.
Yeah, I would say ketchup and ranch, although buffalo sauce, it's got an argument to be made there as an 8 seed. That's tough when you get matched up with the 1 seed after the first
Yeah,
round.
the 8 seed Buffalo is like when Florida Atlantic made it to the finals, and then the next year they were the 8 seed, but they had all the same players. You're like, I know this team's good, they're just not performing.
Yeah, I hate to see cocktail sauce at 11 because as I've gotten older, really enjoyed cocktail sauce, but they're matched up against hot sauce. So I'd probably go ketchup, ranch,
I think
honey mustard.
and mayo.
Yeah, mayo probably, mayonnaise.
Yeah, and then I think it's a fancy sauce final. I'm going ketchup and mayo fighting it out.
Yeah, they could just, integrate and
Yeah.
then they would be a whole new sauce. So
Yeah,
that's
before the Condiment League integrated back in the 50s, we really had a better league.
back in the 80s when every kid was born with LSD.
Yeah. LSD, once again, not a disease. It is a drug.
To be
Uh,
clear.
the Delhi region, I think, has one of the best sauces in it, but then every other sauce, not great.
I don't know. I'm looking through it now. What's your best
I
sauce?
think aioli, like an aioli with fries or on a burger, is so good.
I'm not even gonna give a sweet 16. I'm going down the list and like I don't like any of these.
You like Caesar dressing.
On a Caesar salad, it's really one dimensional.
What about a Caesar salad wrap?
Well, now we're just that's just
We're,
semantics at this
we're
point.
reaching here. I think the Southwest region is the worst region on the planet.
So we got salsa as 1, guacamole as 2. What is mole sauce? Mole sauce? What is that?
There
It's
was
a
a couple of
16 seed.
I'm assuming it's made of moles.
Sounds terrible. Chipotle mayo could maybe.
I think Chipotle mayo jalapeno ranch. Jalapeno ranch is a 13 seed that's making it to the Elite Eight.
They're up against queso round 1.
I still think they beat queso. Jalapeno ranch, I would dip anything in it. Queso, give me like chips.
Is it just me or is sriracha overrated?
Sriracha and guacamole
Not
is the
it.
most. Oh,
Not even on the bracket, but just in life. Is sriracha just like people just creaming their pants about sriracha? I don't see it. I don't see the appeal.
nah, I don't either. I don't like it's just not good.
Or like taco sauce. Who actually uses taco sauce? Isn't that what taco seasoning is for? Why do you need more sauce to make it more taco?
Yeah. I think it's like a salsa, jalapeno ranch, queso race. They're all
Ooh,
in the same side of bracket.
Cholula. Okay. I don't know. And it kind of depends on what salsa you have.
Yeah, see if I give me like a village hot sauce salsa, the thin, like kind of
Within the runny.
it's some will call it a hot sauce, but it's a salsa, and it is.
Yeah, I don't know who's moving on from the Southwest region, but I don't see them making it much further.
I feel like the game day region is a who's who of sauce. It is a lot of the big boys in here. This is putting UNC, Duke, Michigan, Villanova, UConn, Kentucky, and Arkansas all in the same region.
I couldn't agree more. But soy sauce as 1 against sweet and sour out of the gate. That could be.
I think I think that's going to be one where sweet and sour gets up like 19 points, and you're like, wow, they're actually going to do it. And then soy sauce wins in about a buzzer beater.
Yeah, just
Uh,
barely survived the first sweet chili sauce.
yeah, I think
F me up.
like honestly, the bottom 4 teams: Polynesian sauce, sweet chili sauce, teriyaki sauce, garlic parmesan sauce. Any of those could go to the final 4, and I would be okay with it.
Well, and then you have Sweet Baby Ray's Barbecue as a 3 seed taking on the 14 seed marinara sauce. Here's the deal with marinara sauce. They need to get out to a lead early because if you wait too long on your marinara sauce, your mozzarella sticks are already cold, they're hard, and there's no really need for the marinara sauce. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like the loyal listeners of this show know how I feel about marinara sauce.
how about Chick-fil-A sauce matching up with Cane sauce in the second round?
I'll go Chick-fil-A. I'll do cane sauce, but like it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's honestly like a
One dimensional. What
yeah,
else do you use cane sauce for? I mean, they only have one weapon, and it's
dunk my
called chicken
balls in it.
fingers.
Um, yeah, but we can talk it out with the condiment madness. But yeah, I think it's a sweet bracket. I'll post it on our stories. You could check it out. It is pretty entertaining, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be a tough one to really dial in who's going to win the condiment bracket there. But hey, that's why we play the tournament. You know, that's
Yeah.
why we show up and we play. Okay, that's why you do it. I got a gripe. You know, making a lot of new friends down here in Arizona. You can't just be sending just crazy memes to somebody you just met or reels
Yeah,
like somebody sent one to me the other day and it was just like 2.5 minute like AI video. And like halfway through, I was like, "What am I watching right now?" And I don't know why I saw it through. And then I saw that person, and they were just ecstatic about it. Like, dude, that was such a good reel I sent you. I was like, it was fucking terrifying. First of all, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, just kind of like a little mental note out there. Like, you know, if you meet somebody new, you're kind of still like getting to know them a little bit. You really got to ease into the memes and the reels. You know, you can't just shoot from the hip just wildly. Okay, this isn't the Wild West. We're not in a shootout. It's got to be calculated. It's got to be meticulous, and it actually has to have some substance to it. If you're just throwing random memes and reels out there to somebody that you don't know very well, I mean, I appreciate the gesture. Yes, we can grow a friendship this way. You know, modern age. Maybe MySpace can get on that trend when they come out, but you know, it's just a dangerous game to play of just sending risky memes/reels to people. And I just wanted to throw that out there.
but you know that like the first person to do it, and then it comes across, and you're like, "Wow, I'm glad someone broke the ice." And then it's just a ping pong match of sending memes in horrible taste to each other.
Yeah, it's like similar to like the beaches of Normandy. Like it's kind of quiet, you know, you're rolling in and then you know one gets fired and then it's just rapid fire after that. Um Now, I also have the people who send me like four at a time, and then I like save those for just you know like a rainy day. It's like, okay, let's get caught up on these memes, and they're actually like quite hilarious.
Yeah,
It's like, why didn't I watch this further?
don't send me more than one if I haven't reacted to it, because if I open it and I see it more than one, I'm just clicking through and
Yeah,
skipping over.
do you just scroll up so it sees so the
Yep.
whole notification goes away? Yeah, that happens to me. But yeah, just be weary out there, everybody. You know, if there's somebody new in your life, a new friend, whatever, just ease into it. You know, make sure you're doing your due diligence with the memes and the reels. That's all I want to say. That's all I got.
Yeah. I want you to think about this because both very popular TV show movies happened at the same time. There is a universe out there where Troy Bolton is winning his high school state championship in basketball while performing in a musical, and Walter White is selling methamphetamine in Albuquerque at the same time.
Yeah, like the two worlds collide.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman went to a rival high school of Troy Bolton.
That actually happened, or what's going on here?
When Jesse Pinkman was in high school, that was happening at the same time as High School Musical coming out. So there's a world that Troy Bolton and Jesse Pinkman meet each other.
It's kind of like Cameron Diaz said that Snoop Dogg was her drug dealer in high school.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, apparently they went to the same high school. I don't think they're the same grade, but yeah, they went to the same high school out in California, I'm gonna assume. And yeah, Cameron Diaz was like, "Yeah, I used to buy weed off of Snoop Dogg." And I was like, "Hey, if you're gonna buy weed from anybody from high school, it should be Snoop Dogg." Like,
Also, any person I would meet ever, I'd be like, "Hey, my name's Matt. I used to buy weed from Snoop Dogg."
yeah, it'll be like if you do
Thank you for
CrossFit.
coming to the job interview. Yeah, I used to buy weed from Snoop Dogg. That was me.
Or those icebreaker exercises. Like, what's
Yeah.
a fun fact about you? If you really think about it, and like not to shit on us or other people, but it's like most of us don't really have like a cool fun fact. Yeah, if you're at work doing like an icebreaker exercise, I'm whipping out the I used to buy my weed from Snoop Dogg. And it's such a cool thing that like you probably won't get much pushback from it. If anything, people are going to ask you questions.
I just thought of a great joke.
Make sure you write it down. But yeah,
I gotta write this down.
or like Matt Stafford and Clayton Kershaw going to the same high school. It's just like how stacked was that sports program?
Yeah.
You just have two dudes out there who are just going to go on to, and also as a high school, it's like I hope you treated those guys with respect, because if they're making the amount of money they're making now, the hope is that they would like donate some of it back to their roots. But it's just like, oh, my high school baseball coach was a dick, so they're not going to see any money from me. I've actually had that same thought with our alma mater high school, Matt, that if I ever get really wealthy someday, I'm gonna donate a shitload of money, but the stipulation would be whatever they build, like a gymnasium or a field or something, it has to be named after me. And I feel like our high school is just such full of just judgmental pricks that would be the deal breaker. It's like you have $14 million on the table. I'm willing to give it to you, but you have to name it Jordan Weichel Stadium. And they're like, yeah, that's kind of where we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna fold the program.
Or wasn't it your college where Nike approached them with like a several $1 million
Oh yeah,
like,
they were
deal?
gonna give them $50 million to build like this new indoor like field house and like field and it would just be it would basically be like how Oregon is everything's Nike.
Yeah,
That's how
just
it would've been.
a state of the art facility.
But the nuns said no because they didn't want us to lose our identity. And it's like, you know what else we're gonna lose? Every single football game we ever play.
I guess I don't know if a rumor or what, but I heard that the nuns prayed on it, and God told them not to take the $50 million Nike endorsement. It's like you guys should pray. You guys should pray a little harder, I think.
God's pretty practical. It'd be like, don't be retarded. Take the $50 million.
We don't want to lose your identity. What's your identity? Sucking at every sport?
So my fun fact is that, or sorry, the joke I wrote is, so like actually at company meetings, we go around and they'll be like, say your name, your department, and then say like an interesting fact about you. And I just make up and I lie about every one of my interesting facts. A lot of them like really dumb. Like I'll be like, I won the 7th grade spelling bee. And it's like, in reality, like I couldn't spell 7th or grade.
Or bong.
Yeah. But what it would be like, at a meeting, you're like, hey, my name is Matt, and fun fact, I am not allowed within 500 feet of a school.
Fun fact, I haven't stepped within 500 feet of a grade school in 4 years now. Yeah. So,
fun fact, I cannot go to Chuck E. Cheese or a city that has a Chuck E. Cheese.
You would not be allowed at my apartment. I just realized that I have a Chuck E. Cheese like 2 miles away from me. So.
Okay, well, that's a little farther than 500 yards. So,
well,
unless you're me in Vegas, when you're like, yeah, Fremont Street's like 2 blocks over there, and it's 7 miles.
Yeah, your depth perception and just reality of measurements in Vegas was just way off. Which
see, the bad thing is, it's not even like one was depth perception, the other one was just not knowing where anything is in Vegas. Like, trust me, guys, I've seen an aerial video of Vegas. We're going to be over Fremont Street in 4 minutes.
We were on a walkway in Vegas. It was me, you, and Denko Andy. So us three run a walk, like one of those, not escalators, it's a walkway. Is that what they're called?
A moving walkway.
Moving walkway. And Matt's like, this is the world's longest moving walkway. And we're like, oh, sweet. Awesome. Like, we'll see how long it goes. And it kind of like dipped down and then came back up. And once we got to the bottom and started coming back up, we could see the end of it. And we were on there for like 2 minutes. And Matt was like, yeah, no, this isn't the walkway I was thinking of.
No, it was. I was just so drunk the last time I was there. I thought it lasted for like a day and a half. And I was like, this is the longest walkway I've ever seen.
What if the people, like if you have that fun fact and they treat it like the sobriety, like we were just talking about, they're like, I got my chip. I haven't stepped within 500 feet of a grade school in 3 years now. It's a Facebook post. Everyone's just congratulating them for not breaking their parole violation.
Fun fact, I was valedictorian in my high school. Oh, really? No.
No, I ranked like 53 out of 75. So
yeah, I'd say I was right around the 50 spot. Jets Titans week 1.
Is it too early to bet on Jets Titans week 1 of the NFL season?
Because there is like 3 or 4 preseason games. I don't know how many they play anymore. But
I think it's 3.
Dollars to donuts, someone is getting hurt before then.
Well, here's my thought. Both pretty garbage programs right now, like not great. I'd say the Titans are more promising than the Jets are just like a dumpster fire of a team right now. But you have Robert Saleh coaching the Titans now. He used to coach the Jets, correct?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's a revenge game. Titans are going to win by 1 million.
Okay, so would it still be too early to bet on that?
In that case, no, but I watch so much college football and know so many names in college football that I can go look at any NFL roster and convince myself that that is a good football team.
Just because they're all good in college?
Yeah, because I'm like, man, you never really saw Braylon Allen get tackled, and he's the backup running back for the Jets.
You go from like a pool of like 100 plus teams to 32 teams at the highest level of the sport in the world. Yeah, Jets Titans week 1. I don't know. I circled it and I thought we could talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
They got Brian Dable as their offensive coordinator. Cam Ward coming into his second year. I watched the quarterback series on Netflix. Cam Ward, pretty good dude, I would say. I kind of like the way he composes himself. They got Carnell Tate, a wide receiver out of Ohio State that I'm sure Matt is very aware of. So
I'm still on the Jets roster. Like Will McDonald at Iowa State was a monster. I don't think they're stopping him.
Yeah, that's brutal. But I'm going Titans week 1. I mean, you heard it here first on August 3rd. Titans are going to win week 1, and there's a chance that I bet Shohei Ohtani is going to bet on it. I bet he's going to take the Titans. He's going to take the spread too.
This is just insane. Jaden Keller out of Virginia Tech's their backup middle linebacker. How good's the guy in front of him?
Yeah, Matt, maybe you watch too much college football.
The weird thing is I don't know a lot of the starters, but I can name every single backup.
Who do the Jets even? Who's their quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Really?
Yeah. Like Cade Klubnik coming out of high school, going to Clemson. This guy was 5 stars. And if their quarterback's better than him, I think the Jets might win it all. Brady Cook out of Missouri's their 3rd string.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one's stopping this team. I got to be honest with you. Let me go over to the Titans.
Titans winning week 1, but Matt, let's get into our final segment and then we can wrap up the show. Once again, thank you all for listening. Make sure you're subscribing, follow us on socials, tell your friends, tell your family. We'd really appreciate it. We're going to blow up on MySpace, so whenever we get MySpace, we'll let you know that No Brains, No Headache is on there. But we got the Olympics coming up. For those of you who may be new to the show, welcome. The Olympics is our ranking game where we take a topic and then we give out gold, silver, and bronze medals, and then we'll have lost in the medal round. You can have honorable mentions. You can also have DQs. This week we are going to do the Olympics of cult classic movies. After last week, I had quite the misunderstanding about what a cult classic was exactly. Cleared that up. I'm still not fully convinced that a cult classic movie isn't just a movie about cults, but that's not here nor there. So we got a real doozy. I was reminded that we were doing this Olympics about 3 minutes prior to recording, so I'm going to be working on the fly here.
I will say to give our listeners a little background how we are interpreting. Everything's open for interpretation, so obviously we're going to break this a little bit. But a cult classic movie is something that flopped at the box office, but then after the fact has made a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
which some of them are like surprising if you look at.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of them for good reasons. So, getting into it, the Olympics of cult classic movies. Jordan, I'll give you the first pick.
oh, I was gonna give you the first pick, but that's very kind of you. Um, I actually watched this movie last night, and I didn't know it was a cult classic until kind of delving into it a little bit more just yesterday. I think it's widely considered one of the best movies of all time, which is just shocking. But I'm gonna go with Shawshank Redemption. It's just
One on my list, and
yeah,
I was mad at this because I actually did a lot of research into how the hell this didn't make money. I'm sorry to really jump all over your pick, but
go ahead.
$25 million budget only made 16 million at the box office for widely considered a top 10 movie of any genre of all time is
Yeah,
insane.
I would even put it top five, and I personally would put it at. It's just to me, it's the best movie of all time.
Oh yeah, it's a movie that I don't care if there's commercials during it.
Do you think No Brains No Headache is a cult classic?
Yeah, because our 4 followers, they keep coming back, and eventually when I have to register and Jordan kills himself, they're gonna come back to these episodes and be like, man, these guys were pretty funny.
Yeah,
Um,
posthumous.
yeah,
Uh,
they were so funny that they happened posthumous. They're both dead.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'll go with Shawshank. I watched it yesterday. I got sucked in like a laser beam on Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna buy a movie on Amazon Prime, and so I was going through my options. I was like, okay, Shawshank, 14.99. Like that's solid. I'll probably watch that sucker like 3 times a year for the rest of my life. So I mean, that's just good value right there. But then they're like, but wait, do you want to buy the bundle for 19.99? So I am now the proud new owner of Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile, which I will probably fire up right after we're done recording.
I'm gonna fire up a summer sausage sandwich. Um, all right, I'm gonna go my gold medal, and I went back and forth, but I gotta go with my heart. I'm gonna go with Princess Bride. I think it is an all-time movie.
That is a classic. The humor you just don't see it anymore.
It's it's kind of a weird like premise of it. Like
Oh, so weird.
the grandpa is telling his bedridden grandson a story. It's like whenever I'm sick, if someone was like, "Hey, do you mind if I come into your room and read you a book?" I'd be like, "Get the fuck away from me.
Like,
I'm
Grandpa,
trying to sleep."
Grandpa, I am sick, and the only thing that's making me feel better is cranking my hog. And you were
Yeah.
kind of, ruining that for me.
Yeah.
So kindly exit stage left out of my life forever.
I think Princess Bride needs a special place on this list, so I would take gold medal.
About what year was that? Did that come out?
1987, I believe.
Okay, back in the LSD days, the good movies back then. Yeah.
It's well, and then I'm also the actor that plays Ingemund Montoya is also one of the main actors in Criminal Minds, and I like didn't really put that together for a while, and then when I did, my mind was just blown. That's why my forehead's so big.
Love that. Um, So I'm going to get into the silver medal round. This is a movie that this podcast was widely based around. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. NBNH actually owns this movie on YouTube, so just a heads up, Matt, don't ever buy this. We are the proud new owners or old owners of this. My silver pick for Olympics of Cult Classics, I'm going to go with Out Cold.
Yeah, that was gonna be my gold medal pick, but had to stay true to myself and go with it. I was gonna get it because I knew you were gonna take it, and then I could take Princess Bride. But I feel like if I saw my list and saw Out Cold over Princess Bride, I could never forgive myself. So,
I mean, and what you know about cult classics is when they have actors who weren't big at the time. So Zach Galifianakis is in that movie. This was made in came out in 2001. Ever since then, I mean, obviously Zach Galifianakis has done a lot of great things in Hollywood and all of his work. So like, I think that's just great that like it's almost like discovering a band before they hit it big, where it's like, yeah, I knew who Zach Galifianakis was, way ahead of time. And a bunch of one-liners in it, but it does fall into that cult classic territory because apparently it was a flop. In case anybody doesn't know, it's a snowboarding movie, which doesn't really focus a whole lot on snowboarding. It's not like
yeah, the only thing they really concentrate on snowboarding in the movie is when they snowboard down the mountain with their pants around their ankles, or snowboard down the mountain while holding a beer. So,
or both at the same time.
yeah.
So,
oh, I'm sure they all have a very unique story. No, I skateboarded off a truck into a fire hydrant.
Yeah, exactly. So, Out Cold, silver pick, can't go wrong.
I'm gonna go my silver pick. I gotta stay. I'll stay with my guns. I'm gonna go Napoleon Dynamite. I think like the offshoot of it was, it shouldn't be a good movie. It shouldn't be as funny as it is. But for whatever reason, is it Josh Hader? Josh Hader. I thought Josh Hader was the closer for the Astros. Josh Neater?
I'm looking it up. One sec. I should know this. John Heater.
Yeah, John Heater. Although we both went to Josh Hader, who's just a baseball player.
You know what? We're in the dog days of the baseball season, okay? Yeah. Trade deadline today. A lot of things happening. Was it shot in Idaho?
Yeah, it was shot in Idaho, but it was based in like Oklahoma.
Was it? Those are two completely different landscapes.
Yeah, but I think it was like it was either shot in Oklahoma, was based in Idaho, or it was one of those two.
So a couple facts for you. Budget of $400,000. It grossed $46.1 million worldwide. So that one actually was a box office hit, but I think this is the exception where a cult classic of like a low budget film just makes a piss load of money. John Heater was originally paid $1,000 originally for his role, and they shot it in 23 days in Preston, Idaho. Yeah, so it's just like
my favorite growing up. My favorite thing was doing the impression of Uncle Rico throwing a football. And my favorite fact now is that when they were filming the guy at the chicken farm, when he's like, I've had a shooting on arrowheads over there. They're like, that wasn't acting. We were just filming him. And like that was the actual guy.
They're going for B-roll, and this guy just can't speak a lick of English while also speaking English.
So good.
I think you're wrong about the Oklahoma thing. I could be wrong, but the setting.
Where I got that from.
The setting says it's southeast Idaho near the Utah border, because Uncle Rico says, I bet I could throw a pigskin over the mountains. There's no mountains in Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure of it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain there's not a mountain in Oklahoma, unless you just count a big hill as a mountain and then just charge astronomical prices for people to snowboard down your one chairlift.
Dude, this is fucking embarrassing. I thought it was in Oklahoma because Napoleon Dynamite says his fake girlfriend that's older than them lives in Oklahoma.
I mean, I could see the
gives
confusion.
People pictures, and it's clearly like just someone from like a model from a JCPenney catalog.
Napoleon Dynamite was so good that I had a poster of that in my room. So many good one-liners from there. All right, on to the bronze medal round of Olympics of cult classics. For my bronze medal pick, I'm gonna go with Grandma's Boy. Did you have that on yours?
That was in contention to be my next pick.
So I'm just picking your podium pretty much.
Pretty much. I know I have one that you will definitely not have on your list, but I don't think I'm going to take it by the way this is shaking out.
They also has like a really good soundtrack. If you go back and listen to, like, if you go through and listen to like the songs that are in there, there's still music that I listen to this day. But let's see here. I didn't do a whole lot of research, so I'm just googling on the spot. Budget of 5 million, and then at the box office it grossed 6.6 million. So definitely a flop there. Um, and then once it hit DVD, like it just blew up. I've seen podcasts or interviews with Nick Swartzen because he's in that movie, just one of his best roles. Yeah, he was talking about how like they just had fun making it. It was kind of just like a project for the boys and his friends and stuff. And then all of a sudden, when it went to DVD, everybody was just buying it. I mean, I had a copy of Grandma's Boy on DVD. It was actually quite an emotional time when I had to, sell it at a garage sale. So that was tough. But Grandma's Boy, fantastic film, 2006. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely check it out. It has, hold on, let me see here. Yeah, Nick Swartzen, Alan Covert, Barry Wernick. You probably don't know those people, but Alan is the main character. He's got a bunch of roles with Adam Sandler. Peter Dante is Dante. I love movies that like the person's real life name is just their name in the movie. It makes things a lot easier.
Dude,
Jonah Hill was in there.
Yeah, he just sucked on a boob for 14 hours. Honestly, the greatest story of behind the scenes ever was Grandma's Boy. When Peter Dante, he plays a drug dealer, and they gave him a bunch of fake weed to smoke. And he was like, that's not fun. So he replaced it with his own weed. And during that scene, he was taking huge bong rips and had to go to the hospital.
Dude, yeah, I'm looking through the cast right now and it's just fantastic. Kevin Nealon is Mr. Cheezel. David Spade is Shiloh.
All right, I'm gonna go my bronze medal. I'm gonna go with a cult classic, the Boondock Saints. I think the Boondock Saints is one of the most intriguing movies I've ever watched, based on the storyline and the actors in it are Willem Dafoe, Norman Reedus, Ron Jeremy makes a cameo. And
Love that.
my absolute favorite character is Rocco, and he he has some of the. It's another guy. His last name is Rocco, and so he just goes by Rocco.
Love that.
And he gets his finger shot off in a gunfight, and then they're hanging out in this alley, and he's looking, and this is like a day later, and he's like moving his hand, he's like kind of feels like it's still there. It's just blown off.
I mean, I'm sure it does. That'd be such a wild thing to experience, just getting a finger blown
He
off.
finds out they find out that he got set up and he was gonna be killed at like in an ambush, and he finds out and he breaks into the apartment. He's like, pack your shit, and the shit he's packing, he like takes a napkin holder, an iron, and then all the dishes out of his cabinet, like nothing you would actually need.
Is Boondock Saints something that you like to watch every year around St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, it's also like something that I'll just throw on probably every 6 weeks. Like I'll see that it gets added to some sort of streaming platform, and I was like, well, I haven't seen it in a while, and I'll watch it. it's awesome. And it also, like, the first time I watched it, I was like, maybe I should get into Vigilante Justice. And then you're like, that's probably not a good idea. But then you watch it again, and you're like, you know what? I'm buying a sawn-off shotgun.
You know, the Boondock Saints was a good movie because at least in our era, that was definitely a poster that every college dude had in their dorm room. It was just a Boondock Saints poster on the wall.
I genuinely was about to get the same tattoos that they had. That was like Veritas, and I was like, I would have hated myself so much if I would have done that.
It's a good movie if you're considering getting the same tattoos that they have, which is probably just like permanent marker. But yeah.
Yeah, that would have been rough. It's like, oh, you pretty religious? No. Why do you have Veritas tattooed?
What does that mean?
It's like I think it's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit or something.
Yeah, not religious. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Boondock Saints. I mean, it is a good movie for sure, but yeah, there's definitely, ran into people such as yourself who just absolutely love Boondock Saints. So you're right. It definitely did not come on my radar. Let's get into the Lost into the Medal round, also known as fourth place. I feel as if they needed to make just a fourth medal, but that's just not how it works in the Olympics. I'm going to go with the 1998 cult classic, The Big Lebowski. Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, all-star cast. About bowling. It's kind of about bowling. Like, that's what makes these movies great.
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Market 8, dude.
Excuse me. Market 0. Next frame.
Bullshit, Walter. Market 8, dude.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walter, come on. Hey, man, it's Smokey, so his toe slipped over a little, It's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't...
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't over. Give me the marker, dude. I'm marking an 8.
Smokey, my friend. You're entering a world of pain.
Unbelievable. That's a great pull.
Am I taking crazy pills? Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that.
Yeah, it's a dynamite cat. I need to watch it. I haven't watched it in too long. I watched it in college, and I drank so many White Russians in a matter of 2 weeks.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
I have not drank a milk-based alcoholic drink since then.
Yeah, these are good movies because Matt's wanting to get the same tattoos as the Boondock Saints. He went on a White Russian bender after watching The Big Lebowski. Yeah, just like the whole storyline is hilarious. Tara Reid's in that. I mean, and that's what truly makes it a cult classic is you had all these actors who nowadays are like very famous, doing really well for themselves if they haven't killed themselves, and they're just doing really good stuff. So. Philip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P. in peace. Yeah. But is Tara Reid still alive?
I think she got wildly ugly. She did all 4 Sharknado movies, so that.
Oh, yeah.
I think her options were like, all right, you got to do porn or Sharknado, and she's like, I guess I'll just do Sharknado.
She's like, you know what? Both.
Yeah. My Lost in the Medal round.
She's not too bad. I still would.
Yeah. Lost in the Medal round, I'm going to go with Office Space. Office Space is a movie you watch as a kid that you're like, wow, that's really funny. And then you watch it as an adult, and you're like, this is too true.
It's like, yeah, it's funny and entertaining. And then you watch it as an adult, you're like, this is relatable and hilarious.
Yeah, you're like, every day of my life is the worst day of my life.
I've been telling you, man, I've been trying to get hypnotized just like Homeboy in Office Space, where it's just like, I just want to go into work and just like, whatever, nothing can bother me. And then I succeed in life as a result. Instead, I'm just riddled with anger issues.
Yeah.
I'm like John Goodman in The Big Lebowski. I'm about to enter into a world of pain, getting upset over a bowling league score.
But the only other one I had on my list was for an honorable mention was Snakes on a Plane. It is a cult classic. It is.
What would you do with $1 million? 2 chicks at the same time. Just
Yeah,
quoting.
it's Snakes on a Plane is such a bad movie that I'm pretty sure the only actor or actress that was like name worthy was Samuel L. Jackson, and that was the entire budget.
Well, I went to IMDb, the 100 greatest cult films. We're not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to kind of list off the top ones. Number 1 is A Clockwork Orange. I don't know if you've watched that movie, but it is just confusing and weird. I guess it is a cult classic, but no idea what's going on in there. Pulp Fiction, Fight Club. Apparently, Kill Bill Volume 1 didn't do so well, and then afterwards, Reservoir Dogs, Scarface, The Big Lebowski's on there, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah, I feel like cult classics too. They're like these really like abstract movies that have like really intense like deep plots. So that's probably why they're a cult classic, because it took people like 2 or 3 or 4 times to watch it to be like, "Oh, that's what they're going for there." The Breakfast Club I'll throw in there. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these they're like a bunch of like there's a 1932 film on this. At a certain point you're no longer a cult classic cuz nobody's watching it. Will He Wank Me in the Chocolate Factory? I love that movie. The original one with Gene Wilder. Man.
Oh, great movie. But all right, we're a little over time, so we will wrap it up there. If you want to follow us on social media, you can do so. And you can find us everywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We'll see you next week for episode 310.
Time to watch Green Mile.
No brains, no